Today's our topic is do movies promote violence and social evils? Movies educate us what are happening in our society.
Some movies promote social evils and violence, and glorifying anti-social elements such as dons, criminal gangs. So people influence these and doing robberies, smuggling. So people become anti-socialist.
That's not the. I completely disagree with you because that's not the point how people influence of movies. So people are know the difference between what is good and what is bad. So they know the difference between good and bad.
I partially agree with your point. Most of the teenagers are influencing by watching the movies, like the lead roles, drink alcohol, and smoking. Most of the teenagers are influencing by this. Even they give the caution that smoking and drinking is not good for health. But most of the teenagers are influencing by that.
It's our responsibility to educate them.
And also disturbing movie, consuming more time effort on movies.
I partially agree with your sentence because it is our situation, it is our wish to watch movies or read.
But in that, the movies showing the social awareness and also the main what is happening in the real life. So we have to follow that, avoid the bad situations.
But most of the time it influences people negatively because it is showing drinking and consuming alcohol very glamorous. So people will think it is cool and they will follow them.
As Nitin said, I agree. In some movies, killing and taking revenge with people, so this sends bad message to the society.
That's not the point of. That's not the mistake of cinema. That is their point of view. In what their point of view they are showing, they will influence on it.
We should only take good from it and we should avoid bad from it. I think taking good is very important from movies.
Yeah, some of them are going deeply into the movie and they are influencing. So we can.
As well as we have some good points also in Pink movie. In Pink movie, we know the social, the woman-based lifestyle, not segregating their lifestyle. In Pink movie, it will say that.
We can learn so many things from cinema, and we have to avoid the bad things which were shown in the cinema. So that's the point.
In Uttar Punjab also, one movie, it shows that the youth should not consume drugs.
It's our responsibility to take care of the society and educate our society to not influence bad on movies.
And we also know more things like tribes and etc. and their cultures etc.
And from cinema, we also socially progressive and take some precautions to better in the future.
In the OTT stream, we will get that above 18 years should watch this movie, that will ask the caution.
We have to be strict in that maintaining.
Yeah, most of the people not follow it. Thank you.
Yes,
And also nowadays movies are unwanted topics are highlighting nowadays.
Because purpose of entertainment.
I agree with Purnachandra because nowadays most of the movies are highlighting violence. In olden movies, there will be a conclusion of a good thing. Nowadays, they are highlighting only bad things like animal movie.
It's their choice to direct what the story like. So they got their freedom to direct what stories that he wrote and he likes.
Yes, I partially agree, but if all the youth will, all the members, not teenagers, not old, all will watch movies, right? They should prepare like that, according to age limit, like.
Yeah, I agree with Abhish. Nowadays, most of the youth are liking those movies, so they are directing that type of movies.
Yes, I also agree. In some movies, stalking and chasing women for respect to precautions.
It's their mistake to influencing on in their point of view, right? We have to educate what type of point of view should we watch in film. So most mature people can watch those films. They are giving A-rated, right? So if there any violence content or unnecessary which influence bad on you, teenagers mainly.
But the amount of violence in the new movies was very increasing, so people will be insensitive, and they will also start to think negative of the society.
I partially agree with Varshini because some people, what is happening in the society is shown in the movie. That is what happening in the society.
In some movies, special songs are added. In these movies, women are degrading.
But also in movies for the profit and for the entertainment purpose, they are also adding very unnecessary things in the movies to promote their movies and to have more income from them.
It's our responsibility to be not influenced on those things, right? We have to only take the good part of it and avoid the bad part of it. It was just a purpose for entertainment. Right?
As Ethan said, that common people who are living in the society, whatever they said, they are damaging by influencing the Instagram, whatever the social medias. They are taking the directors directly to the audience, so they are.
According to my point of view, we can judge what is good or bad. But upcoming generations, they don't know what is good or bad. They will be more influence of movies coming to violence, alcohol, or weed. They can influence the children coming to the next generation. We should reduce it. And the movies will taught the next generation what is good or what is bad. It is lacking in our movies.
So we have to educate our next generation, right?
In movies.
So we educate people don't to be influenced on violence and alcohol, and we are the responsibility for our next generation.
There is a more influence of movies coming to the reality.
Cinema is just a purpose for entertainment.
But most of the people are influenced through that.
It's our
What you
mistake
say
to
is
influence. Right?
I agree with Rakshika because new generation people are saying dialogues by watching movies and using bad words.
It's our mistake.
That topic, we have real life situations. They are the scenes that are shown to the screen. So we have to take care of them. We should conclude. In 1 minute.
From that, we are concluding that in movies, both positive side and negative side, both are having. We should follow what is good and what is bad. We should see what is bad and what is good. We should know all about it.
Generation, cinemas should violence. We should reduce the violence content in the movies.
Results are out. I will give invitation, sir, ma'am. Hello everyone. So now we are going to start a series this group discussion, and which is very important. That is it is possible to remove plastic completely in our life? As we can see, we are in a situation where in oceans wherever we see it, the plastic percentage is getting increased day by day. So it makes a lot of pollution. So we can make arrangements so that the plastic percentage may can reduce. So how
Yes, it's possible to remove plastic completely from our life, but it is bit challenging. So, but refusing some plastic and adopting some alternatives can cause some impacts.
Yes, it's actually also. But plastic is not good for plastic is
are you laughing?
treating plastic like a drug habit that used to be, it was shared by more and more consumers. Plastic is also in a single uses like straws, water bottles, etc. Affected by the million metric tons of plastic was consumed uh, in the worldwide daily.
Sorry, but may I say something that some everyday plastic items are also vital for the protecting health. Face mask and including a plastic-based surgical mask, respirators, and all, as well as reusable cloth masks have helped to slow the spread of the COVID-19. And the mask that we have for COVID-19 is responsible for our safety and also safety for others. Um, as it plays a key role for a WHO means World Health Organization, it is impossible to remove plastic completely from our life.
She made a good point. I would want to add one point that completely removing plastic is poses challenges. The plastic is used widely ranged, and disadvantages may include increasing the cost of alternatives and job losses in plastic industries, limitations certain medical and technological applications where plastic plays crucial role, balancing environmental concerns with practicality is essential for solving solutions.
Don't get me wrong, because removing plastic entirely would have several environmental benefits, such as minimizing the harm to wildlife and reduce pollution and lowering the carbon footprint associated with plastic production. It can also promote innovation in alternative materials, and it leads to develop a more sustainable practices, fostering a healthier planet for our future generation.
So what you say that what you say that is the presumption is that all plastic is bad. That is one mistake. And so ignore the real that you are really addressing the man-made plastic or polymers. As it happens, all it derived from petroleum and man used chemistry to make them.
Yes, I agree with you. We Malaysia destroyed all hydrocarbons, all hydrocarbons in hydrocarbons, hydrocarbons, polymers, whether man-made or not. Example, coatings in all living things.
So you're saying that plastics are like hydrocarbons are make some more useful to the human made. Okay. So
Yeah, yeah, but it's wrong. We we love our modern plastic, right? Which which will place the in glass or wood in place of plastic. We should avoid all plastics.
so you're saying that as it is a modern plastic generation, so you are loving that this modern plastic. So you whenever you got a replacement, you would like to replacement of uh, wood and etc. Is it? Okay.
But if we stop plastic completely, it will stop process of plastic in decades and breakdown. It will break down. Millions and tons of plastic are in ocean, found in ocean only.
Okay, I get your point. So it is taking a lot of time to break down plastic wastage. So if we come with an idea, if we pause, if, we, if taking all the plastics out, we can get an animals without the plastic microorganisms. Is it? So the process it is possible means we can save animals, aquatic animals. Right? Okay.
So these are conclude that it is neither possible or impossible to remove plastic completely. It is possible to remove plastic which is harmful to mankind. Which is harmful to mankind. It is biodegradable and helps to our mankind. So we should remove plastic. We should remove plastic which is harmful to mankind.
So there are 50-50 chance, I think so. We can remove plastic which is harmful, and we cannot remove plastic which is biodegradable and which helps the mankind. So it's the we will give conclusion to the group discussion.
Good morning, everyone. This is Team 6. Today's topic is how COVID-19 impacted on education. I want to start our group discussion by adding a point that due to COVID-19, we all came to know about social media very well. The students who have not known how to use the social media properly have known now. Some meetings like Zoom meetings have conducted very well. And now we have gone through a very great use of Zoom meetings and some more apps.
I partially agree with you. As you know that COVID-19 pandemic shows a large impact on overall world education system. Because of COVID-19, schools and colleges are closed. Students and teachers are suffered a lot because of
It has adopted technology study. It also access students to study freely in watching YouTube, right?
No, I'm completely disagree with you. Some students are impacted on social media also by using mobile phones.
I partially agree with you because in online, what is the importance of online learning is we can, if we have any doubts, we can use many platforms like Doubtnet and all to solve our questions.
By using mobile phones, many students are impacted by eyesight also. Even Kiran sir also impacted by eyesight.
But due to online studies, we can study whenever we want. There is no particular interval for us to study. If our mood is upset, we can skip that time and we can go through studying at the time whatever we want. Like I study at the night, but due to offline studies, we can study whenever we want.
I disagree with you. Not all students have good stuff for online educations like good internet or laptops, phone and anything.
Yeah, that's it. But we must remember that learning machine at last.
For example, there is a student preparing for NEET exam. She in COVID-19 during the pandemic, she studied in YouTube and she cracked her seat in first attempt.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because I listen that many members use social byju's and all, and they also practice like the main J mains, civils. So
I partially agree with you, but during 2018 to 20, dropout percent increased tripled from 1.8 to 5.2%.
But after that, due to COVID-19, our technology has been increased and so many more platforms has been come to help students.
But these are all helping the richer ones, but many of the marginalized people can't afford it and they can't study. Yes.
Yes, but so many students misuse that platforms, and so many people become very lazy, and they didn't use their platform very well.
It's all about a person's perspective. If you want to do something great in your life, nobody will waste time. This use of mobile phones is common for everyone. Even the poor is having a basic mobile phone. You don't have to have laptops and tabs for learning online.
But in COVID-19 season, some good students are felt very bad by cancel their examinations.
yeah, but some institutions held objective exams, right? Because of objective exams, the creative thinking also increases.
Because of COVID-19, there is no value of 10th and inter certificates.
But they gave marks. They awarded marks.
But that marks are no needed in their career.
The certificate is like a waste paper.
Yes.
But knowledge, a certificate cannot define some person's knowledge. If you are talented in it, certificate will not prove you. Even if you have got a valid 10th class certificate, it is not valid for you to get a job, because 10th certificate is different from the skills that we learn in engineering or some other things.
Well, compared to online classes, we are clear our all doubts in our offline classes.
There are many positive things done in the pandemic situation. Firstly, tech skills improve well. Many schools come with computers and internet by studying to study the students, and also flexible study. Flexible study students.
Okay, even now the institutions continue the online learning. So it shows the importance of online learning.
Yes, but in online learning, they only learn education, but they didn't know what is going out, and they didn't learn anything. Some people are joining in Zoom meeting, but they are roaming but they are roaming in homes or grounds wherever they want, but they didn't active in Zoom meeting. It is also one defect of COVID-19 education.
I agree with your point, but I want to disagree, because if the person is not paying attention to the class, even in the offline, backbenchers don't pay lots of attention to the class. It's all just because of a person's perspective. If you want to utilize a given opportunity, you can just listen to the class instead of going and doing some other things.
Yes, but in offline classes, they are knowing what is going on out. In online classes, they didn't know anything. They are from morning onwards. They are only watching online classes or YouTube videos. No one didn't know what they are doing.
Because of these online classes, teachers get difficult to give grades.
A teacher can understand what a student is in offline or it is online. A student should utilize the opportunity given to him or her. Teacher should not every time guide you. You should know what to do or what not to do.
Yeah, teacher doesn't guide us every time, but they monitor us in offline classes. They didn't monitor us every time in online classes, I think.
I agree with Kiran's side, because teachers may not know the talents of all, but if the child is creative, he can show his talent, then automatically teacher knows the student, right?
The interaction between teacher and student is missing in that online classes.
But at that time, a student will come to know what his responsibilities is. Even if there is no one to guide us, we will come to know that what is our responsibility is. And due to online learning, many students have come to know how to use online perfectly for their use. And online studies take less money than compared to the offline studies. You don't have to spend lots of money for studying, and you can choose whatever teacher you want to learn from.
I partially agree with you, but for higher educations you are correct, but for students like second class and third class, they can't know what is correct and what is wrong. How can they judge all the things?
That's why in online Zoom meetings, parents are also helping with the teachers. If you see a Zoom meeting of a student who is below 5th class, you will see a parent joining with the child to help in their education.
But there is one more point to Kiran said. By online class, meeting with different people from different places, they gather at once from the app called Zoom. They pass their ideas in different ways and communicate with each other, and they improve any skills.
I agree with Kiran sir, but the facility is not there in every colleges, and schools. But some private colleges or private schools, they didn't provide Zoom meetings or everything. Example, my school didn't provide any Zoom meeting or anything.
Okay, I want to conclude by saying that COVID-19 has impacted education much, but many students have got disadvantages more than the advantages because we are habituated with the offline studies than online. That's why I conclude by saying that of online studies having more disadvantages than advantages.